It actually probably hurts more, I would assume.
Yeah, it's kind of an embarrassing feeling, but you keep it moving, man. You keep it moving, and I'm still a fan of the game, and I still love the game. So I'll be tuned in throughout the playoffs, seeing how this thing shakes out over the next couple weeks, and I'll get to be around some friends and family in January instead of trying to figure out how to win some playoff games.
The season did not come without you guys winning some things, especially you, Trav, with some records being broken. Let's have a little reminder, since you love talking about records so much and stats. All right.
Hey.
You became the third tight end ever with 13,000 receiving yards, the fastest to ever accomplish that feat. Guys in front of you, of course, another Kansas City legend, Tony Gonzalez, who
TG.
I mean, absolutely insane how many yards Tony has.
No, it's absolutely insane, as you're right. It's fucking silly.
Yeah. And then obviously Jason Witten down in Dallas. Travis, the third one to get over the 13,000 yard marker, which is a very fitting number, I think. You also passed T.O. for 8th most receptions in NFL history. Did you know that?
Yes, I've known all. They asked me about all this stuff after the game, so that's how I really know.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were 8th of receptions, just period. That's awesome.
Yeah, Coach Reed dials me up. I don't know what else to tell you. I think when he puts together a game plan, he features me, and I'm very fortunate of that. And I'm fortunate that in my 13th year, he was still trusting me to try and win him some ball games. So. Shout out to Coach for, helping me accumulate some of these yards and catches.
Well, another record is you are now tied with Tim Brown for the longest streak of seasons with 75 plus receptions at 10.
That's a
LeBron
stat. 100%.
Yeah, that's a LeBron stat.
Shout out to Tim Brown, though.
Now that the season is over, what is next for the Big Yeti?
Every season ends for me. I put my feet up and I just be a human because I've been putting my body through the ringer for the love of it. I do enjoy playing football and the physical aspect of it. I think there's something about, feeling the wear and tear of the football season to just fucking, getting ready for a game, knowing that your body's fucking beat down, man. I think there's something to it. It makes you just feel like a mangy animal that just is fucking out here just finding a way to survive. And I just fucking love that shit. But I think, just being a regular human for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next in terms of my future in football. I think, I've talked to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything. And they know where I stand, at least right now. And I think there's a lot of love for the game that's still there. And I don't think I'll ever lose that. I don't know. It's a tough thing to navigate, but at the same time, I think if my body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run. I think I would do it in a heartbeat. So I think right now it's just finding that answer and seeing how the body feels after this game and kind of when it all settles down.
I'm confused. So you're not already coming back?
What?
Chris Jones has said that you're coming back. I thought this was already
nice. That's why we love Chris. He's very optimistic. He's very optimistic.
Chris Jones's quote is, "I'm not buying it. He'll be back next year." But he also followed that up, though. He said, "I can't promise you anything."
Nice.
But,
there you go. Yeah, let's keep this thing moving. A little Eagles 17, Commanders 24. Jason, you want some thoughts on the game? I mean, obviously the Eagles didn't play all their starters, but
yeah, I mean, that's the big storyline. Is obviously the way it worked this past week for the Eagles was if Detroit beat Chicago, which did end up happening, and if the Eagles win, the Eagles could have jumped up to the 2 seed. The Eagles obviously elected to rest their starters because they prioritized the rest going into the playoffs, which I think is right. I mean, it's if the Eagles could have guaranteed getting the 2 seed by playing their starters, I think they probably would have played. But because there was this other game that also had to take place, you have the risk of injury. it's kind of outside of your control. The one thing you can control in that situation is making sure your team is rearing and ready to go for week one. And I also, to be honest with you, I felt pretty confident the Eagles backups would beat the Commanders. And I think that they should have. They didn't finish the game well. They started off pretty good. Tank Bigsby was running crazy. I was excited to see Tanner McKee. He's played well in most of his outings with the Eagles. So there's a portion of me that just wanted to see what some of these backups and young guys could do. But yeah, it looks bad in hindsight. This is one of those things where, because Chicago lost, we got the egg on our face because we didn't play our starters, and we could have the 2 seed most likely if we would have played everybody. But I think of it like this too, is like
Monday morning quarterback.
If they start the starters and one of the premier guys gets hurt, and the Lions don't win, then everybody's going to be on Nick Sirianni about what fucking idiot is playing his guys in a game that's meaningless.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Yeah.
And we were in a similar situation in 2023, my last year, and the offense was struggling. We really actually had less to gain. Like, we weren't really playing for anything in that week, if I recall it correctly. And we go out there and we play, and what happens? A.J. Brown gets hurt, and he couldn't play in the first playoff game. Jalen Hurts also got banged up in that game. And I do think that was also in the back of Nick Sirianni and the Eagles' head of like, listen, the last time we played our guys in a game like this, it ended up costing us some meaningful people, and we weren't at our best against Tampa Bay. I think at this point in the season, when you get the rest and you have the opportunity to avoid somebody getting hurt, and you don't know for certain that playing guys is going to help you, I don't know that it benefits you that much. And at the end of the day, you still got to go through good teams to win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, if we're the 2 seed and we can guarantee 2 home games, that is a big thing. That is a big deal. But at the same time, like, we're going to have to play great teams regardless. And now we get a week of rest. All of our starters, Landon, our whole offensive line has been so banged up. A lot of those guys got the ability to get healthier. And then we're going to get to play. Well, and now we get San Fran, who just fought their tails off with a juggernaut of Seattle, and they're going to be coming to the East Coast. I think if this team is good enough, they're still going to find a way to get it done. I don't think that decision in week 18 is going to determine the outcome of this team. I just think that when we play up to our potential with the defense we have and with the offensive firepower we have, I think we can beat anybody.
Well, you guys got the 49ers next week. And, they've been rolling, man. They've been rolling. They had a tough one last week, but...
Dude, how good is Seattle?
That was a crazy game.
Dude, Seattle
Shitty weather game, too.
Seattle's so long and fast, and those windows they're smaller, and they close. And
they're active, man. Active.
I came away from that game more impressed with Seattle than I was like, oh, San Fran ain't very good. San Fran's still legit. I just think the Seattle defense is freaking... Man, do they got some dudes over there.
Yeah. With everything that's happened with the 49ers, man, Kyle Shanahan, man.
It's one of the best seasons.
Tip of the cap. He just keeps finding ways to fucking win. And shout out to the guys that, haven't gotten injured, that are fighting through and finding ways.
Shout out to John Lynch for building a deep roster. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to weather all this stuff. If they don't go out and get Mac Jones this offseason, they don't. What happens in those 8 games that Brock Purdy misses?
Who knows, man? All right, let's get into the rest of week 18. Good luck to those birds playing the Niners next week, man. I'm going to be fucking glued to the TV on Sunday when they play. But the rest of the week 18 games, Seahawks got the number 1 seed by beating the Niners. We just talked about that. The NFC South had 3 teams finish 8-9. Panthers move on due to the tiebreakers, with the 8-9 Panthers hosting the 12-5 Rams. Is a crazy insane thing to think about. I think I remember some coaches coming out and saying, hey, if the record's better, we deserve the home game. But yeah. I kind of think that would.
I'm all in on the divisions.
If you win the division, you get the home game. I think I'm with that.
You don't win your
too.
division, you don't get a home game. I don't care what your record is.
And now the Rams have to go all the way to Carolina, take that 4.5 hour, 5 hour trip to play a football game.
Carolina kind of like smalls their way into the playoffs. Like Rodrigo just kind of Rodriguez, Benny the Jet, just sent him out to center field, and they just held up their glove like this. And
You're
then
insane. Come on, Smalls.
We're in the playoffs. Holy shit.
Okay, we're doing this. All right. That's hilarious.
Steelers pulled it off against the Ravens. Another fucking just
dude.
It
Lamar
was actually
came out
awesome,
hot, dude.
It was an awesome end of the game.
Lamar versus Rodgers was a hell of a fucking battle.
Lamar and Rodgers, especially in the fourth quarter, were freaking on fire. Like every time you thought one of them outdid the other one answered. And it came down to the wire. Lamar got them in position. But yeah, you missed the kick. I mean, it's unfortunate, right?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And actually, Mike Tomlin had another Mike Tomlin quote about how unfortunate it is and just how, sometimes the ball just doesn't go your way,
Yeah.
He says, in quote, you know how it is, missing a field goal. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
I wish you would have just say the whole thing, Mike. I don't need you to sugarcoat it or censor it. Yeah, if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. That's what the saying is. It doesn't hit the same with the male parts, but it is a great one.
It's a banger. And we got the playoff picture. We were just talking about the Eagles playing in San Fran, hosting San Fran, that is, being the number 3 seed. Rams going to Carolina, Green Bay at Chicago. The Bears hosting a playoff game at Soldier Field. That's epic. Steelers hosting the Texans with the 4-5 matchup. Buffalo has got to go down to Duval. How about it, man? Those guys are fucking rocking, but you can never count out Josh Allen. And then you got a fun one, man. 2 awesome quarterbacks. Love watching both these guys play, with Justin Herbert versus Drake May. And they'll be up there in New England playing, man. Which one's your favorite game?
Well, the game I'm most excited about is Philly versus San Fran. I do think that's one of the more exciting games in the first round.
There's a little bit of an NFC playoff like rivalry between you guys for sure.
No doubt. We've had a lot of meaningful games really over the last 5-6 years.
Hell yeah.
Because we've both been really good. I'm looking forward to all of them. That's why the playoffs are so good. I'll be honest, I still wish it was 6 teams. I don't like that there's 7 teams. I don't like that there's only 1 bye. I think it should be the old structure, but it's still the NFL playoffs. It's still the best thing around. I still love it. I'm looking forward to most of these games. I think the ones that I'm probably San Fran, Philadelphia, and probably Jacksonville, Buffalo. The 2 6-3 games are probably the most exciting ones. What do you think? What are the games you're most excited about, Trey?
I mean, the one I just talked about up in New England, I think that's going to be fun as hell to watch. Buffalo, Jacksonville game, I'm pretty fucking jacked for.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who comes out on top on that one.
Do we have a most likely upset? Who do you think is going to lose? That's favorite. I mean, either of the 4 seeds, which that's not an upset, though. Are we going upset by seed or upset by
seed?
Well, then the obvious answer is like LA is going to beat the piss out of fucking Carolina, right?
Until that ball just finds the mitt.
Hey, sometimes when you got that Angels in the outfield luck to you, it just you
got the juice. You got the juice, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I think the other one is obviously Houston versus Pittsburgh. Houston's defense is insane.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say.
Buffalo? Is Buffalo out?
I could see him winning.
Jacksonville's really good, right?
They got a lot of. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun right now.
The one I feel the most confident about is definitely LA. What team is the most hot going into playoffs?
It's got to be Jacksonville. They fucking won their last 7 games or something.
Jacksonville has finished the regular season hot. That's why that game right now, I'm very much looking forward to watching. Which quarterback will get their first playoff win? I think May will.
I mean, it's between him and Herbert. I can see.
I think Darnold. I mean, dude, it's hard to bet against Seattle right now. They looked unbelievable against San Fran. Darnold looks great too, but that defense is really the one thing that's like, whoa. Seattle's defense is kind of built like a modern day NBA team.
The athletes.
Their nickel is like 6'3".
Bro, he is active too.
There were plays kind of open for San Fran, but by the time the ball got there, that distance was just closed. They move so fast. They have range. That's right. They remind me of an modern NBA team because they're all long. They can cover ground. And I feel like right now everybody's playing this like kind of conservative zone, like get back into your hooks. And the way teams are trying to combat that is the short stuff. But then they just break. They break on that stuff so quickly that even when you throw it short, they're on you right now and you don't get much out of it. So they tackle well. It's a very impressive defense. So I don't know. If I'm rolling with one, I'm going with May.
There you go.
Do you have a Super Bowl dark horse?
I mean, it's got to be kind of Jacksonville, right? I just feel like that's the one that's got the energy and has the momentum right now. And I mean, even though they're a 3 seed, which their record shows that they're one of the top teams in the league, it's kind of like it's unproven yet. You know, you got to see Trevor go out there and really run the table, man. And I think that's probably my dark horse, if there is a dark horse.
It does feel like the Rams are getting a lot of attention. The Eagles are obviously the defending champions. Seattle.
It starts from the top down. Coach Reed presents us with a challenge every Monday or every Tuesday, and from there we go about our work week accordingly. And it's been that way since I've been here. And every single week is a new challenge. And this week we got to match the physicality that Vrabel brings with every single defense that he has, kind of the mentality that he played with. And then on top of that, we got to take care of the football. And on the other side of the ball, we know that they got a tough, hard-nosed running game, and we got to stop one of the best running backs that's ever played the game.
Travis, Jody's down. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but just your impressions of Jordan Franks, the practice squad tight end, since
Man, it's fun to see him progress. We have a great locker room. Coach Melvin's got us all fired up every single day, playing with our inner 10-year-old, as he likes to say, and get out there on the grass every day. And it's just seeing Jordan build every single week. His attention to detail is awesome, man, and that's what you want to see out of a teammate, out of somebody in the building. Is they want to keep learning and want to keep getting better. And sure enough, he's been doing an absolute unbelievable job getting the defense ready, as well as keep inclining as a player himself.
What have you seen from the growth of the receivers so far?
Well, they were all very established before they got here. We're talking about Juju and MVS. Obviously, Mecole has been a guy that we know we can just get the ball in his hands, but even his routes have progressed just with reps. With more reps you get with 1-5. Patrick Mahomes he's special for a reason, because he makes guys around him better. And the more reps that he gets with you, the more communication that he has with you, the better off we are as a team, because we're on the same page and stuff. So I think you'll slowly see everybody keep rising to the occasion, and keep kind of emerging in this offense.
What do you see out of Kadarius Toney so far out there in the practice? What makes you believe he's going to be a solid contributor to the team?
He brings energy. I think his ability speaks for itself. He's very quick and put his foot in the ground with the best of them, and he's special with the ball in his hands. He's one of those guys where his awareness is crazy. You think he's got eyes in the back of his head, because he sees guys coming from different angles and stuff. So haven't seen the full arsenal that is him yet, but I think he's definitely going to help us out in the near future, definitely in the long run for sure.
You were with him before, but how excited do you sense he is to have this fresh start in Kansas City with you guys?
You just see that he's excited to play football. He's excited to be in the building, and I think I'm not sure what it was anywhere else, but I know that right now he's been an awesome teammate, and he's been constantly trying to learn. And it's just been fun getting in the huddle and helping him build and getting comfortable.
Travis, just with how different the receivers are as compared to last year, do you see defenses still trying to adjust to what you guys are doing?
Yeah, well, 100%. I think the element of surprise, or the element of something new, you can't really scheme it up, and I think that's definitely helped us out, as well as Pat playing his tail off and understanding where to go to the ball, even more so than he was the years prior. He just keeps getting better every single week. So it's just, I think defenses are still trying to figure out exactly how we're using all these pieces, knowing that we got a bunch of new pieces, and I think that's helping us definitely.
Just on the same question, what does it mean about the tight end room to be able to be part of the unexpected stuff for other teams' defenses? You guys are involved in the offense, but the tight end specifically, you guys have a lot of options. And what does it say about your room and Andy Reid's trust in you guys?
I'm a little biased, man. I think the tight end room has got more of an advantage than any other position on the field, just because our size and our ability, and especially the guys that we got in that room. So definitely a little biased when it comes to getting excited about us getting involved, but I think we can keep growing, and then sure enough, I think Blake Bell's on the horizon here, so we can get all four of us back in there.
Just to follow up on what you said earlier, is there a certain enjoyment to not knowing exactly what the defense is going to? It seemed like last year it got to where it was pretty typical.
No, it was still it was still exciting. It was still fun. I think I get excited for a new game plan more than anything. How are we going to attack these guys? How can I get excited? How can I visualize how I'm going to attack my opponent all week long, and all the various outcomes that could come on any single play or any given play? And it's just, that's what you get fired up for. That's what fuels my excitement for every Sunday or every game day, is that ability to get excited for the plays, not just for me, but for everybody on the field, man.
Travis, I know throughout the season, man, last year, you got a lot of jam coverage and everything, but you kind of found a way out of it. But this year, just as you get extended into years, how do you feel you've just been able to just maintained your body throughout the season. It seems like you've been doing a really good job of that this year. Just how you able to do that?
I've been very fortunate, man. Been very fortunate to be as healthy as I've been over the course of my career. You know, there's a game where you can get put in some tough situations, and I've been fortunate to be able to put this pads on for the amount of time that I have been out there. And with that comes a lot of, preparation, and comes a lot of work with the trainers in this building. My guy Alex Casel, and there's so many, people that there are so many things, so many variables that go into that. It's hard to just pinpoint one, man. I just been very fortunate and always trying to, go to work to make sure I'm ready for any situation.
Travis, the 49ers game was another game where you guys fell behind early by double digits, came back and won big. The game started with a pick, and you guys got down 10-0, and the 49ers can be a good defensive team, and that building is starting to get loud. How does none of that get you guys out of your comfort zone?
Well, we know we can put points up fast, and that's the biggest thing. We know what we're capable of, and I think that kind of it helps you gauge what's possible and what's not. And then on top of that, you can't let doubt seep in at any point in the game. As soon as you let doubt seep in, you might as well throw the white flag or, call it quits. You just got to have the mentality of keep fighting and keep finding ways. And we got full trust in our defense to be able to keep us in games, and I'm sure they got full trust in us to be able to put up points no matter how many we need, man.
Last one, Sam.
I don't think we've asked you about your podcast yet. I just wondered how that came about and just how you're enjoying it.
I'm having a blast, man. It's fun to see. It's fun to just do something with my brother weekly, and I think he's said it a few times how it's been good to just have that set amount of time to be able to just sit down and chat, knowing that everybody gets caught in the routines of work and kind of get distance a little from their family if they're grinding, or it can happen. So it's just been cool to hang out with him and just talk about just about everything out there, man. That guy, he's a funny dude, man.
Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Raisie Rice, and DeAndre Hopkins. These names have ignited a firestorm of intrigue behind the Kansas City Chiefs' turbulent 2025 season. But it's Travis Kelce's emotional revelation that has truly shaken the world of football. The superstar tight end, celebrated for his fiery leadership and relentless play, has finally opened up about the real reason he stepped back from the Chiefs, a reason that no one saw coming. For 2 long seasons, frustration simmered behind closed doors at Arrowhead Stadium. The source? Wide receivers coach Connor Embry, whose coaching style left the young receiving corps feeling lost and unsupported. As the team's offense sputtered and the playoffs slipped out of reach, players like rookie sensation Xavier Worthy and rising star Raisie Rice found themselves searching for help that Embry wasn't giving. Instead, they turned to Kelce and the newly arrived veteran, DeAndre Hopkins, leaning on their experience and mentorship to develop their skills. Kelce, known not just for his catches but for his connection with teammates, took the responsibility to heart. He became a mentor and a coach in all but name, guiding Worthy and Rice through the toughest stretches of the season. But the emotional strain was immense. Week after week, Kelce watched as the team's potential was squandered by a fractured coaching setup, one he was powerless to fix. The weight of carrying not just the offense, but the growth of its future stars, became too much to bear. Now, with Embry gone and the Chiefs bracing for dramatic change, fans are desperate to know, will Kelce return to lead the next generation, or has the turmoil finally convinced him to walk away from the only NFL home he's ever known? The answer, for now, remains as elusive as the man himself.